Welcome to Modern Management of the Older Adult, brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the MMOA podcast brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence. My name is Csepe, and I'm coming to you live from Littleton, Colorado. Tonight we're going to be talking about 7 exercises that you can use for every single patient to help get them healthier and stronger. My name is Csepe, and I call these the Csepe Super 7 because nobody remembers my name and nobody knows what exercises they should be doing to stay healthy. In tonight's episode, we're going to talk about why it's important to have a group of exercises to give to every patient. We're also going to talk about what exercises those are, how to implement them, and what intensity we should be giving our patients. So why should we be giving these exercises to our patients? We are musculoskeletal experts, and unfortunately, there is a critical problem in our country that nobody exercises enough. When our patients come to us, whether or not that's in acute care, home health, a skilled nursing facility, an LTAC, whatever, we should be using our valuable time to be telling them the maximum benefit that they can get is going to be from exercise. We have to be exercising in an intensity that actually means something and make sure that the end of our care really leaves them feeling confident with the ability to do those exercises concisely, doing them well, and feeling confident. Unfortunately, nobody really knows what those exercises are. Nobody knows, the general public doesn't exercise enough, in part because they don't know what exercises are important for them to do, or the intensity that they should be doing them. As rehabilitation experts, it is our job to make sure at the end of our course for back pain or balance issues or neck pain or shoulder pain that we leave our patients confidently knowing that they have 7 exercises that they can do to help keep them from declining in their function from a loss of strength and cardiovascular exercise. So let's talk about next what those exercises are. So I'm going to use the thumbnail on this Instagram post to show you a screenshot that I've made. You can take a screenshot afterwards. Those 7 exercises are walking, squats, upper body push, deadlift, upper body pull, lunges, and sit-ups. Is this an all-inclusive list of every exercise that a patient could benefit from? Of course not. But this is an exercise routine that I can give to any patient without actively giving too much thought to their exercise prescription. Every human needs to be able to walk to maintain their cardiovascular endurance. So by the way, walking isn't all-inclusive. It could be running. It could be basically any cardiovascular exercise. It could be swimming. It could be hiking. It could be rowing. But walking kind of includes that recommendation for 150 minutes per week of cardiovascular exercise that's intense enough that they can talk but not sing. So that's where that walking includes. So number 1, walking. Number 2, squatting. Everybody needs to be able to get out of a chair and get up and down from the ground. Those are important human needs. And squatting includes that exercise for our patients. It's really important to be able to relate this to function. And squatting means that somebody can get up and down out of a chair. Tying that in with falls risk is super important for us as clinicians because we know if you can't get out of a chair without your hands, you're much more likely to have a fall and an injury. Number 2, upper body push. So being able to use your arms to push something forward, overhead, either in an overhead press, a bench press, even a dip, having the ability to push your arms is an important measure to make sure that people can maintain ground mobility in their home and be able to take care of their home. Number 4, deadlift or posterior chain dominated movements. Those are important to make sure that our spine stays healthy and that we're able to maintain our home and lift heavy things around the house. So deadlifting, number 4. Number 5, upper body pull. Being able to pull things, whether or not that's a pull from a pull-up bar or a banded pull-up, a weight pull, a lat, an overhead skull crusher. There are lots of different ways that we can use upper body pull to show our patients how strong they are. Number 6, we're rolling here. Lunges. Lunges are important to be able to get up and down from the ground, be able to catch yourself from a fall, be independent in climbing stairs. Lunges are an important lower body movement to make sure that our patients maintain their independence. And number 7, sit-ups. If your patient can't do a sit-up or any core exercise, that's going to make it really hard to get out of bed or get off the floor if they're laying on their back. That's a really important move for our pelvic floor and our core exercises, our spine to be able to do without pain, to be able to get up and down from the ground. So those 7 exercises are obviously representative of other things that patients could be doing. Overhead presses, bicep curls, hip hinges, all of those exercises can kind of be subbed into their program, but all those exercises are important because they represent movements that every human should be able to do to maintain their independence. So let's talk a little bit more about the how. So how do we get our patients to feel confident with these? I work in an outpatient orthopedic setting. My patient's time is valuable and my time is valuable with my patients. So usually what I'll do is I'll select a few exercises to make sure that my patient feels confident with this program as we go along. I'll ask them at the beginning of their session, do you have a strength training program or a cardiovascular program that you're doing? No. Let's talk about how impactful that can be in your life and how a general strength training program is important for your overall function and independence. I won't give it to them all at once. Sometimes I'll just bullet point a few of those exercises. Sometimes I'll focus on things I already know that they're doing, to make sure that they feel confident with this program. So let's talk a little bit more about how to do this. We're often using this program for beginners. I'm not giving this exercise program to somebody who already is engaged in a CrossFit program or a yoga program or something that they're really committed to. If they've got an Orange Theory membership, I'm not going to complicate their life because I know that they're already doing a strength training program. This program is for beginners because I don't want to have to think so hard as a clinician. When I'm giving a patient an exercise program, I want to make sure that they feel confident with this program. So when I'm giving this to a patient and instructing them, I'm really ensuring that my patients feel confident. I want my patient leaving my clinic like somebody who just won one of those massive stuffed animals at a fair. I want them to be beaming with confidence, knowing that they did the exercise correctly, that I wasn't giving them a million cues for feedback, and they could do it on their own. I really set the bar low for them to do this exercise on their own because I want them to feel like they've got it together. I don't want my patients to have exercise routines that they don't feel confident in. So we've talked about the why. We've talked about what the exercises are. We've talked about how to implement them. Last, let's talk about the intensity of these exercise programs. So the intensity of an exercise program is really important. I want my patients to continue with this program long after I've discharged them. I want them to be consistent. That's why I want them to feel good about their exercise performance, but it has to be challenging enough to make a difference in their overall function. So from the word go, I show my patients, hey, this can be hard. The expectation eventually is that you're doing exercises not like 15, 16, 17. I want you to be like 8, 9, 10. Ugh. I want to show my patients that this should be challenging and that challenging is safe. But as we're getting started, again, this program is for beginners. I typically have my patients doing 3 sets of each of those 6 strength training exercises. The first 2, I'll have them go to 10 because everybody likes counting to 10. And the third one, I do an AMRAP set, which means as many reps as possible. And I'll tell my patient, okay, on that last set, if you thought, okay, this was hard, I want you to do as many as you can. And if you can easily do more than 20, that shows me that that exercise was probably too light. Why 20, you might ask? Because we know that a 60% of your calculated 1 rep max is really our target to make meaningful changes in strength. And 20 repetitions correlates with that 60% of your 1 rep max. So I've done the homework for you. If your patient can do more than 20 repetitions of an exercise, they're probably not pushing it hard enough by that 3rd set to really be getting the benefits from that exercise. So 2 sets of 10 and then an AMRAP set, really emphasizing to our patients, hey, I really want you to go all out. And if you can do more than 20, that's awesome. I'm so proud of how strong you are. The next time we'll add a little bit more weight because that may have been too easy for you. You are diesel and strong and I am proud. So I want our patients to be feeling confident. Guys, let's wrap this up. The why: we are movement experts. Our patients should be leaving our plan of cares knowing what a general strength training program should look like for them. Number 2, what exercises? Again, it's going to be in that screenshot. We've got walking or cardiovascular exercise, squats, upper body push, upper body pull, deadlift, lunges, and sit-ups, or any core exercise. So those are the what exercises. The how: we want our patients to feel intensely confident doing these exercises. We want them to feel like they're doable and that they can use equipment at home to get the job done. And then the intensity: I like doing 3 sets, 2 sets of 10, 1 AMRAP set. And if that patient can do more than 20 repetitions of an exercise, the weight is probably too easy to really be gaining meaningful strength. Thank you guys so much. We hope to catch you guys on the road with us for one of our MMOA live courses where we practice all of these exercises together as a team so that you can know your own limits for your strength. Thank you guys so much and have a great evening.
Thank you for listening to the MMOA podcast. If you found this helpful, please share with someone that could benefit. And if you're looking for more practical content to help you better serve older adults, head over to www.mmoa.online, where you can learn more about our free resources, our community, continuing education courses, and our certification. Once again, that's www.mmoa.online. Thanks for listening.